So good morning, everybody. I hope you're having a great day today, and we are ready to go ahead and get this show going. So today we're going to be talking about counting bridge hands at the bridge table. Counting has several segments. It's counting high card points and counting our suit length. But better yet, how about counting everybody's suit length and high card points? And that's the purpose of the lesson today. We'll continue more on this theme as we go through the CIA. Remember, the counts, the inferences, and the analysis. So let's go ahead, and first we'll do a little bit of housekeeping. We'll talk about some of the segments in terms of when we're talking on the internet, just what's the protocols for the etiquette. And then we'll go ahead from there, and we'll start getting into the actual technical lesson where we'll do some chalk talk at the table. We'll head for the table, and then we'll do a review. So, okay, here we go. So there I am. I think I'm going to put myself in the lower left if I don't get in the way. If it is, I'll just scoot myself over somewhere else. So to start off, yes, this is lesson number 20. This is considered a social as well as advanced. So no matter what your level is, I think you'll find that there'll be things you can enjoy in this lesson. So today's format, as I mentioned, we're going to do a live streaming format where we're going to start off with this chalk talk. We'll do the bidding, the play, the lessons, and the strategies associated with counting. Then we'll go to the table. We'll have some table action, and I'll be going through some sample hands. Now, we've actually got more than 12 hands. We're not going to go through them all today. We've got an hour and a half of time, but we'll see just how far we can get through this. And then the wrap up, we'll go ahead and talk about lessons learned. This time we went on Tuesday, fixed a time at 10 a.m. We might try some different times in the future, weekends, evenings. We'll see what works for everybody. Look forward to your input later on that. Grace, do we have any feedback yet? I guess you can't really. Oh, I should do an introduction here, shouldn't I? Grace, you want to come on over here and tell everybody hello?
Hello, BridgeHands world.
This is my lovely bride, and so she's going to be over here monitoring the chats when they start coming in, and we can go ahead and retransmit some of those where you can all see them for some of the great comments that come through. So, Grace, are you ready?
I'm ready. Looking forward to hearing what you have to say.
Okay, you're in the driver's seat there. I'm just going to be following your leadership. Thank you. Okay, so moving on, then what we're going to do is in this show format, we're going to talk about what are the benefits of live streaming. Why not just have recorded videos? Well, the idea is to get some real-time interaction with you, and I don't see any comments popping up yet there. I'm going to just go ahead and hit a refresh. I think they're coming through, but I don't see them yet. Oh, yes, we do have some here. Look at this. Here they come. I guess I didn't hit get comments every 5 seconds, so let's see here. I've got one from my good friend John, and John is saying, did not get your email as of yet. Facebook is okay. Thank you, John. Yes, it is. And regarding the problem with the YouTube, if you look in your email inbox, you'll see if you did want to pick us up over on YouTube. And here's one from Leah. Watching from outside Chicago, both my husband and I. Great to have you, Leah. I hope you're having a good time today with you and your husband. I don't know what weather's like there. Little overcast today in Northern California, but Grace took our dog out for a walk, and it's looking good. Mary watching on Facebook with Meg. Good to have you, Meg, and also Mary. Hope you're having a good day. And I think that's it for now as far as the comments. So let's go ahead and turn off the comments and get on with the show. And so, okay, so this is the idea. We want this real-time two-way dialogue. And so participants, you're allowed to watch either on YouTube or Facebook. Who knows if I might go with some other media also. There's a lot of streaming service out there, but those are the two big ones. I'll try to do simulcasts on both of those. As far as the participants live chat, as I've mentioned, we'll be looking for your online text messages, so you can send your text messages if you have helpful questions and supportive comments. Please keep them supportive. And we'll scan the questions and the comments. And in the rebroadcast, it'll be helpful. Other people can see them on the screen. So the idea is for everyone to enjoy what we're doing out there when we go through with this, with the interactive thing. So I will ask some questions at different parts for the Chalk Talk lesson that we're going to be going through shortly, as well as through the play of the hands. So I look forward to your participation there for sure. And after the webinar, we will certainly have some of these comments where some of the other people want to see them in post-production, as well as yourself. Okay, a bit more on comments. We want to be supportive and friendly for sure, and avoid unsolicited lessons. Yeah, guilty as charged. I think sometimes we all want to share all those great things that we know that's going on out there at the table. But, we want to be basically friendly with everybody else. Don't want to critique, unsolicited critiques. Everybody wants to be helpful, but unless they ask for help or unless you suggest it. Grace, I think you've got something you wanted to say?
We've got some people to welcome. We've got Patricia coming here.
Where's Patricia? There she is. Okay.
Hey,
welcome, Patricia. Glad to have you here.
And Eric is watching from Bloomington, Indiana. Beautiful Indiana. I like that place.
Where is this? Eric. Yeah, I see. Eric, hey, welcome here also. I hope you're doing well today. And let's see. Who else do we have?
We've got Nancy from your homeland in Minnesota, honey.
Oh, don't you know, Nancy? Hi, Nancy. How are you doing? Good to have you here. And always fun to have people from my neck of the woods.
Ooh, and then Patty's coming from, is that Barbara's sister? And
where do you see this?
Right here.
Barbara's sister in, I'm not sure what it is. KTTH. It looks like KC, thank you is what it is. Kansas City, I believe, is what it is.
Oh, wonderful.
We got some run on there. So wonderful. Good to have you. And I see a couple more. Barbara is watching on Facebook also. Good to have you, Barbara. And I think that gets some of the others. Okay, well, let's get back in there. So we want to avoid critiquing others. We want to be careful that we don't have extraneous comments on the chatter. So this is great to get started. We want to make sure everybody knows who's out there. And thank you for coming today. Sometimes people, though, they get like just little 1 or 2 words that don't really have meaning to it. Yeah, it's nice to be supportive. Go ahead and put them up to a degree, but try not to inundate everybody else with them. So keep it in balance. So, okay, next, as far as troubleshooting, if you do have problems, if it's an individual problem, I won't be able to help you now, but we can maybe take those offline. But there's certainly a lot of different things that go on the internet, as I'll speak about in a minute. But if it turns out that everybody can't hear, then I probably got a problem on my side. So, yeah, if I start to see a lot of the same types of messages, if something is with the audio or the visual, then be sure. Chime on in and let us know we can, because things can go wrong. So technology, yes. I had a couple issues this morning and the internet communications. I think my streams right now are both going at good speed. We're broadcasting in 1920 by 1080, 30 frames per second. And it says here by Ellen over on YouTube. I'm glad you got on, Ellen. And she says, can you put the link on YouTube chat? Everyone is waiting there for you. Well, okay, I'm going to go over to YouTube and to the chat. And let's see, I better get the URL first. Okay, I'm copying it and pasting it over here. That's URL for today's live show. Okay, thank you for that. I appreciate that. So that's a good example. That was a good message that came in. So I thank you for that, Ellen. Okay. So, so live streaming does have its opportunities and challenges. I'm going to get better on this as we go. So let's go ahead and keep on trying and start off in our lesson. Why bother to count shape, you ask? It's a good question. Couple reasons. Well, first off, what's the 3 different ways that we promote rough and finesse the hand? That's it. promote, rough, and finesse. Those are the three main strategies that we use to develop extra tricks. So shape matters when it comes to promotion. If we have a long side suit, or if it's trump, we want to go ahead and get the opponent's trump and then go ahead and start doing our work. But the more distribution that we have, the more tricks that we will take. That is, if we have 10 cards in a suit, even if it's a minor, well, it's probably going to take at least 8 tricks. And if there's the ace and the king in it, maybe take all of them. Promoting a long suit, as we spoke about, is one of the main, I'd say it would be the main strategy that we would like to use. Sometimes different hands mean we have to do other types of strategies. And knowing when a suit is boss, what does boss mean? Boss means when the suit has been promoted. In other words, we have developed our winners. When we have ace, king 5 times in a suit, and after the ace and the king, we have 3 little, but we now have a situation where we have to play it a couple more times before we promote those babies in the suit. And Grace, you said you've got a comment coming through. What is it?
They're having a hard time reading some of the things because of the chat box on top of your...
Oh, okay. Thank you for that. Let's get the chat box back off of there. And I think if I click that red button there, I'm going to let Grace maybe do some of this driving here with the thumb so that we can get that off. Hopefully, if you click them, they'll go away. Thank you for that. Appreciate you. Good comments there. So yes, we want to have, at this point, not have the chats pop up full time. So, okay, we want to know when the suit is boss. Once we promoted the suit is the main part of how we develop extra trips. And another is, well, if we have short suits, normally it's in the dummy, but it could be where we have short on opposites. And rather than promoting, sometimes it's better if we don't have the top winners in trump. We want to rough and maybe even cross rough back and forth to get our extra tricks before they get theirs. Okay, knowing which opponent to finesse. Yeah, if an opponent made a bid of an overcall, maybe even a preempt, if they have 5 or 6 cards in the suit. So that is helpful to be able to count shape, not just yours, but the opponent's, right? And knowing when to worry about an opponent roughing you. We'll talk about it in a minute, but can you imagine if you've bid a side suit, your partner's bid a side suit, or else when the dummy comes down, you see that you've got 4 and 4 and an opponent led the suit, 4th best. There's not many left there, so they're going to start roughing that suit pretty soon if that's your side suit. So, okay, there's 13 cards in a suit, 13 cards in your hand, and that's part of the big part of counting. So, given that a pack then has the 4 suits, and of course each suit has 13 cards, so a player's hand has a specific distribution or shape. And what does that mean? Well, we'll talk about it, but when I have 13 paste cards, we call them cards, don't we? But they used to be, they pasted pieces of paper together back in the old days. And so we will have a shape of the different suits. Maybe we only have 3 suits, but our hand definitely has a shape, and we like shapely hands normally. Okay, each suit has a specific distribution then between the players. What does this mean? Well, we said in our hand, our 13 cards, we may have a 5-3-3-2 shape from spades, hearts, diamonds, and clubs. Similarly, that suit of spades will have different distribution around the table. So when it gets to be where we have 5 in our hand and our partner has 3, that's 8, and the opponents have how many? 5, right? So in this scenario, we want to think about, okay, they have 5, and how do they split? Do they split 3-2, 4-1, or goodness forbid, I hope it's not 5-0. But the idea is that there's 2 ways to look at the shape of a hand. Okay, next up, the good news is once you learn this technique of counting, and we're going to go through a practice drill, so you'll get the hang of it, you'll find that it will be easier as we go through that. And I need the mouse just a minute, Grace, so that I can go ahead and get in the scene just a little bit, just so they can know that I'm there. Oops, that's not a good spot for me. How about if we put me somewhere else? Maybe over, well, we don't want 2 of me. I don't think we need that. How about, There, maybe. Yeah, that's a good spot for me. Okay. So off to the next screen. Let's take a look at different shape distributions. Okay, first off, from longest suit to shortest suit. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean spades, hearts, diamonds, and clubs, but let's just take a look at the different shapes. And we're going to be underlining the top 5 in terms of percentage, the ones that are most likely to happen, as you see here. So first off, we have, I can get the foot switch working here, how a suit breaks when dealt. That is, we should be aware is that when we're dealt cards and we have a suit that we're playing, let's say that we have 4 and 3, that's 7, 13 in the suit. That means there's 6. They're not mostly going to fall 3-3. They're going to fall 4-2. If we have an 8-card fit, our opponents have 5, they're most likely 3-2. There's no 2.5, 2.5, but they could fall 4-1, but they're normally slightly odd, and that might be just a good thing to remember if the rest of this doesn't seem like you can digest it today. So let's first of all take a look at the suits that have just 4 in length. We don't have a 5-card suit or the suit breaking around the table. Nobody has 5 of them. So that's 35% of the time, about 1/3 of the time. And the most common for the 4 baggers is a 4-4-3-2. Yeah, it kind of breaks somewhat evenly, but just a little bit off. So that's 21% of the time. Next, how about a 4-3-3? That's not a good shape. We'll talk about that in a minute. It's only about 10.5. Let's call it 10%. And a 4-4-4-1, not very often. That's a more shapely hand. They don't come up that often. That's only 3% of the time. Well, okay, there's 2 of the 5 that are the most common ones you're going to be dealt. How about the 5 baggers? Yeah, now we're up to 45% for the different combinations, and there's typically on these one more combination than the number. Where there's 5 cards, there's 6 different combinations here. A 5-3-3-2 is 16%. 5-4-3-1 is the next most common. It's 13%, about 10. Same with a 5-4-2-2, a little less often there. 5-5-2-1, not too often. A 5-4-4-0, 1%, and a 5-3-3-0 is also 1%. Grace has got something coming up. What do I mean by a bagger? Well, thank you, Eric. Eric, that's meaning that 5 in length, 5 bags, 5 cards in the bag, 5 baggers is what that means. Yeah, that sounds like it's something that comes from Australia. It's a 5-bagger, don't you know? So sorry about that. Just a little colloquialism. So, okay, how about a 6-card suit? 18% of the time, and we're not going to memorize these numbers, but you can see they don't come up that often. Remember the 4-card in length, 4 baggers, 35%, the 5 baggers, because there's more combinations. None of them are more than 21%, but that adds up to almost half, 45%. And the ones with 6 in length, 18%. 6 and more, the 7 constitutes the rest, but you can see the 6-3-3-2 comes up more than the 6-4-3-1. And if I'm to declare, I'd always rather have a 6-4-2-1 than a 6-3-2-2. Or I'd really like to have a 6-5-2-0. It only comes up 0.5%. So I hope that helps. And a 6-6-1-0, almost nil. You don't hardly ever see those. So you get the idea. The shape of the hands matters. It's good just to have in the back of your mind as the betting goes around the table, or you look at the shape of your hand, is what's going on. Now, if one person has a shapely hand, somebody else does. If I have all 13 diamonds, first I wonder if somebody's playing a trick on me, but assuming they're not, then other people are going to have very shapely hands then also. But just generally, when cards are dealt, these are what you're going to see as far as the suit splits. Okay, and when a 7-card suit, don't worry about it. Just know it comes up slim and nil. And so when it does, and you have that suit, don't think about the shapes so much in terms of how many you have in length, but just think if I have 7 or longer, that means there's only 6 length just when we count trump. Hope that helps. And as I said, if one person has a long or a short suit, if you have a singleton or void, expect somebody else to also. May not be, but it will be most of the time. Okay, so let's take a look at distribution, this time by suit rank. So rather than just a 4-4-3-2 or 5-3-3-2 from longest length to shortest length, this time we're going to take a look by a specific suit. So sometimes it's nice to know about the suit length in each suit. Not that you're going to remember all of them, but if you can remember trump or maybe trump and one other that looks like it's a project suit, good to know. What's a project suit? Any of you know what a project suit is? Project suit is when you can see at the dummy or in your hand, you've got another suit of interest. Yeah, so if you've got a suit of interest and you see it in the dummy, then you want to be aware of the kind of what's going on in that suit as well, a project suit where someone's going to try to make a project of doing something special with it. So we're going to take a look when we talk about the suit shape. We're always going to go by highest rank to lowest rank. This is the common way, and we use a little equal symbol in between each of those: spades, hearts, diamonds, and clubs, from highest to lowest. So here we go. Okay, let's say you were blessed with 4 spades. We like that. We wish we had 5. We talked about the ones that are 4 in length, though, come up about a third of the time. So yeah, so that's our longest suit. And so for the most common shape, we mentioned it's a 4-4-3-2, but that doesn't mean that it's always going to be 4 spades, 4 hearts, 3 diamonds, and 2 clubs, does it? So let's take a look at what it can be. Well, here's half of them. You could have the 4 spades, 4 hearts, 3 diamonds, 2 clubs, or you could be 4-4 in the majors. Or it could be the third one over, a 4-3-4-2. Or the last one, can you tell me what that is? 4 spades, 3 hearts, 2 diamonds, 4 clubs. Okay, so sometimes it's nice to be thinking about not just it's a 4-4-3-2, but at least in your mind, okay, I can't remember this last one, 4-2, 4-3-2-4, but I can remember 4-4 in the black. Okay, 4-4 in the black. Or maybe the second one, 4-4 in the majors. Okay, I can remember that one. Or the third one, how will I remember that it's 4 spades and 4 diamonds? Oh, those are the pointed suits. Oh, it's the 4-4 and the pointies. Or if it was in the hearts and the club, 4-4 in the rounded suits. You know, whatever it is, the way you would remember this. Sometimes you have these little mnemonics in your brain rather than to think about what the exact number is. And there's the other 2 shapes. So, okay, now let's go ahead and consider that dreaded flat pancake hand. Any of you out there, do you know why a 4-3-3 shape, I don't care where your 4-card suit, and there's only 4 combinations, right? Because they have to be 3-3 in the other 3 suits. Why is a 4-3-3 a problem? Anybody out there got an idea?
What is it, like a 15-second delay time?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So Grace has just mentioned that before we see the comments, it's going to be a little bit, but that's okay. So, Patty says, I do. Okay, Patty, that's good. You go ahead and put it up there if you want to. Hard to rough, Eric says. Eric, bingo, you've got it. So exactly. So when we've got that, you can't get any roughs. It's hard to promote a suit. You can't really promote if you've got 3 in your hand and your partner's got 3. If it's 4-3, well, maybe we can get that 4th one in the hand promoted if the opponents are, 7 out of 13, leaves 6. If they are 3-3, we said they normally break 4-2, but maybe, hey, it's 1 in 3 chances they're going to fall 3-3. So desperate times for desperate measures. Grace has got another one coming in. No source of tricks, no trumping. Aha! Yes, no roughs. You look at the dummy, you've got a 5-3-3-2 shape in whatever order, and you see the dummy is 4-3-3, and you go, oh gosh, how am I going to do some roughing on this one? I can't. I got to try promotion or finesses. It's the best I can do. Okay, good job. Okay, so distribution, shape around the table. First off, once again, just like the shape within our hand, let's say we have a 4-4-3-2 shape, a flat hand. Hopefully it's not that 4-3-3-3, but same around the table. Let's say we're considering a specific suit. So going around the table from north, east, south, west, you and dummy, partner, or the opponent, each hold 4 spades. Okay. So far, so good. 4-4 in the spade suit, the master suit. Then 4 plus 4 from 13 is 5. Okay, sure. And the remainder of the shape may be from most likely to least likely. Go ahead and be thinking about that in your mind. Here we go. 3 and 2, right? They can't break evenly this time, so slightly uneven is 2/3 of the time, 68%. I don't know if you have to memorize that and impress your friends, but it's kind of interesting. We normally say the one that's the longest and then the shortest, 3 and 2. But if you reversed it and put 2 and 3, or 2/3 is what, 67%? It just is a coincidence, but it works, doesn't it? So if it's 3 and 2, it's 2/3 of the time, 67.666 or 67%. Anyway, if that works, fine. How about the next one? They could be 4 and 1. They're not necessarily going to be 3 and 2. I was playing with a top player one time, and I said, Roy, yep, it comes up 25% of the time. I know. He says, it's 28% of the time. I thought, wow, isn't that something? He really knows this number. So I looked it up, and it's 28.26. I thought, if he ever says it again, I'm going to say, no, Roy, it's 28.26% of the time. Not that it matters, but take a look at the numbers. 4 and 1. Let's flip them over. 1 divided by 4 is 25%. It's almost the same, isn't it? So if it helps to remember when you've got a 4-1, what percentage of the time is this? About 1/4. 5 and 0, well, whatever's left over. So if you add up the other two, you've got 4% left. Happens every now and then. I love it when, I've got, like, I hear one of the opponents bid 1 diamond, the other goes 1 heart. The next goes 2 hearts, they go 4 hearts. I've got 5 hearts. I know they have 4-4. I've got 5. My partner's got 0. And this is a thing we're talking about, is learning how to start thinking about the different shape. Here's somebody says, I can't see the chats. Newest is for today's live show. Now, I don't have any chats up right now, so that's okay, Grace. We don't need to get those messages, but thank you. Okay, some practical examples. Let's go ahead and start taking a look before we head to the table. Bidding. The opponents, in parentheses. Our lefty bids 1 spade. My partner passes. Righty, 1 no trump. Okay, are you starting to get a feel? We know that, we don't have much in our hand. The opponents, this is their hand. But we should be listening to this now and thinking about, what does this mean? Unless they're playing a forcing no trump, for those of you who play 2/1, so far we think, well, the responder on our right does not have 3 spades and has a minimum hand, a limited hand, trying to sign off with 6 to 9 or a bad 10 points. Okay, we pass. Back to lefty, 2 spades. Now, if you're a beginner, you may rebid with 5 cards, but don't rebid 5-card suits. You need to have 6 to rebid a suit. Or if you've got 100 honors, ace, king, queen, 10, 5 times, maybe if that's your thing, but normally we don't rebid a 5-card suit. So I think they have 6 at this time. And they're saying, no, I don't want to play no trump. I know you tried to sign off, partner, and you've got a minimum hand with 6 to 9 points, but I want to play in 2 spades. And now their partner, our right-hand opponent, bids 3 spades. So what do we know now? Well, we have a lot more information. The CIA, the counts, inferences, analysis, and we're doing our counting right. So if we hold 4 spades, lefty has 6, righty has, I think, 2, and they have an invitational values. They tempted to go to 4 spades. Lefty, the opener, doesn't have enough. I think they're 12 to 14 points. I think the righty has 6 to 9, but only 2 spades. If we have 4, then our partner has 1 or 0, right? We should know this. Subtract from 13, 6 and 2. Could be even 7. I don't know. 6 and 2, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Partner has 1, or maybe Lefty actually had 7 of them. So I hope that type of analysis helps. And that's kind of what we're doing a little bit of today, is some analysis of there. So when trump is played and we take a look at the dummy and they had 3 spades, well, wait, why didn't they bid 2 spades? Well, they were probably playing forcing no trump, and they just, we're going to do that and then sign off. But at any rate, those are good things to know. And so we are kind of surprised, actually, that partner did have a spade. And so it was a 5-4-3-1 from highest to lowest shape. So I hope that helps a little bit. So in that case, maybe, yeah, if they rebid a suit, they either like to rebid 5-card suits, or maybe they had that 100 honors, or they were worried about a short side suit. Although I think if they had a short side suit and it was a 5-4-3-1, why didn't they bid their 4-card suit, since spades was the suit? If it was hearts or diamonds, they should have rebid that suit. But that's another story. Not everybody in the opponents always bids perfectly. Okay, one more example, and we'll start heading for the table. And how are we doing so far? Everybody, anything else? Grace has got thumbs up, so far so good. Great. So in second hand, you hold in spades, ace, king, 5 times. Oh, I like that. In hearts, I only got a singleton, and it's small. I got an X there. Somebody's got hearts, but I'm glad I've got the master suit. Hopefully I can outbid them when one of the opponents are likely to bid hearts, or maybe our partner does, but they've twice as many chance as the opponent's suit. You hear what I'm thinking? All these thoughts are going through my mind. I'm just looking at my hand, but we're always anticipating what's going to go ahead. So in diamonds, king, queen, third. We like that suit. Connected honors, good working honors. We hope to do something with that suit if our partner has the ace or the jack or something in that suit. And in clubs, 4 babies. Well, don't you wish that it would have been king, queen 4 times in the club suit rather than a short suit? But no, sometimes that's the way it is. So while we have a 5-4-3-1, our actual shape from spades, hearts, diamonds to clubs is a 5-1-3-4. Or if you want to just remember 5-4 in the black suits, and spades is my big suit, however you do that. Okay, so the bidding goes by the opponent. Our right-hand opponent bids 1 heart. Well, hey, if I have just king, queen 5 times and nothing else, I'm going to bid 1 spade. But yeah, I've got some extras. So I've got 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 high card points and 1 distribution point for that nice ace, king 5 times in spades. So for sure, 1 spade. Okay. Our left-hand opponent bids 2 hearts. Okay, they're trying to sign off. They have 6 and 9 points. They have, it looks like, 3 hearts. Could be 4. Our partner bids 2 spades. Interesting. Then the opponent, in direct seat, not waiting for partner, they bid 3 hearts. Sounds like they've got 6 to me, or else they certainly want to compete. And then it goes pass by us, pass by the opponent, and our partner comes in to save the day in a balancing seat, the pass out seat, and says, I think that we're going to go ahead and show our master suit is above their suit. 3 spades. And look at this. They go to 4 hearts. Can they make it? Well, what do we know about the auction? The opponents likely have about 21 to 23 points. Well, where do we get that from? Well, one of them opened and then rebid. The other responded. If you respond, you should have 6 to 9 points. And so they went to game, but they don't really have the game points, I don't think. And why is that? Because our partner bid 2, didn't they? Our partner's going to have, I think, 6 points, or else they wouldn't have bid 2 spades. Maybe they have some shortage points, but about that. So we have 12 plus 1. Our partner normally has about 6 to 8 points. Are you with me so far? I want to hear some comments out there from some of you. Are you with me so far? Screens are fuzzy, and that's somebody on Facebook. And we're actually transmitting in high fidelity, so we're transmitting good. I'm sorry that Leah, that you're a little bit fuzzy, but I guess it's maybe just your internet performance. But thanks for bringing up that point. Okay, so so far so good in terms of the points. Have we come up with our partner has about 6 to 8? They did respond, right? Okay, somebody says their screens are clear. Okay, that's good. What are we going to lead? Well, hey, we always like to make a safe lead. We like to lead away from an ace king, take a look at the dummy, see our partner signal, and look for some guidance. We're kind of keeping the ball in play rather than making a Hail Mary pass. So, okay, we play the ace, we look at the dummy, and the dummy shows 2 spades. No surprise there. King, queen, third in their declarer's heart suit. Jack 4 times in both of the minors. So it's a 2, 3, 4, 4. Or if you want to, only 2 in our suit, 3 in the declarer suit, and 4, 4 in the minors. But hey, we can see it anyway, so we don't have to memorize that unless we want to come back later and think, what did they have when they started off? It was a 2, 3, 4, 4. That's right, 2, 3, 4, 4. You might want to park that in the back of your mind, but if it's too much to remember, hey, just enjoy the show. I understand. Okay, in high card points, you have 12. The dummy now we know has how many points? Exactly 7. We can see the dummy. So our partner is going to have about maybe 6, maybe 5 with an extra trump. And the declarer looks like they have around 12 to 15. So declarer has 1 to 2 spades, we believe. If our partner has the next one, we know that how many are in the dummy. We know how many in our hand. We have the king and the queen of diamonds. We would hope to get 2 tricks, but we don't really just want to split the king-queen honors and have the declarer take the ace if they are to our right-hand opponent. So we're going to wait on that one. And then we've got our club suit there. The club suit is we've got 4 babies. So not sure who's got the ace and the king and the club suit, but we've got that spade ace king. So, okay, so if partner has the queen and the jack of spades, they're not really going to be worth much, right? If this is a 4-card suit, because we can see the dummy's hand. Remember that dummy's hand? That is where it's showing is that there is jack 4th. We don't want to promote their jack, that's for sure. So hopefully partner has of that 7 points an ace, a primary honor somewhere. If they've got the king or the queen, it may not get anything because they get to the dummy with that king, queen of hearts, and they just start ruthlessly finessing and refinessing our partner. That won't be so good. So these are things we would be thinking about as we go through there. So let's go ahead and make it high level because I know that's kind of a lot of things we've brought on you. So here's some helpful tips that I think you'll find in terms of counting and also how to play the hands. Number 1, avoid helping a watchful opponent. Yeah, if you're playing against good opponents, they are going to be counting your cards and your discards. Don't unnecessarily void a suit because, oh, then I only have to worry about these other suits. They'll be watching and they'll know that you voided the suit and they'll know that, oh, I don't have to worry about him or her. I'll worry about their partner. So don't make it too easy for the smart opponents. We will be watching. Okay, number 2, don't make bids that needlessly advertise to the opponents. Let's say that I go 1 spade, my partner goes 2 spades to sign off, and then I do 3 of another suit, a lower suit, 3 diamonds. I need some help in the diamond suit. I'm not saying I want to play in diamonds. We want the major, but I'm looking for help. Can you help me in the minor? If you have an extra trick you can give me, you've only shown about 2 tricks. If you've got 6 to 9 points, maybe a couple kings, but can you help me in this suit? Do you have like some help in there, shortage or some extra values in that suit? Because I don't need help in these other suits. then if you say, no, you can't help me, you go three spades, but I go four spades anyway. Well, that's kind of, why did I bid three diamonds? It doesn't make sense for me to advertise to the opponents, I've got a problem in the diamond suit. But I went to game anyway, even though you didn't help me. So if you've got the tricks, just go one spade, two spades, four spades. Now, there is an exception. If you're doing a small slam try, because you've got a really huge hand and you bid three diamonds, then if your partner shows four spades, you then may want to go for no trump, start looking for aces. That's another story. Okay, we want to avoid two suited bids if you know you can't win the auction. So if you've got like no points and we're vulnerable versus not, you certainly wouldn't want to be showing those hands anyway. But if you're familiar with the Michael's Q bids or unusual two no trumps that show two suited hands, don't advertise those to good opponents, because they'll say, oh, this person has 5-5 in, let's say both suits are anchored. Let's say it goes one heart, and I go two no trump to say the other two minors, or other two lower suits, so clubs and diamonds, and they win the auction anyway, and they say, oh, there's 5-5 by Mr. Michael because he made the unusual two no trump, so I know that all the other cards are held by Michael's partner. Thank you very much. So watch out for that. Okay, number 4, beware of good opponents. They're going to count your honors and suits, even if your partner doesn't. So yeah, be careful with how you play your cards when you're defending. Beware of when opponents lead a side suit where both you and the dummy total 7 cards in length. So sometimes you see where, okay, we've got an 8-card suit and they lead the suit with a 2. I don't know if it's 4 long or if it's a singleton, but something's going on. We've got 8 and they've led that side suit, and the dummy has got ace queen. You think, oh boy, maybe it was a 4-card suit and my queen's going to win. I'm going to play the ace almost every time unless I have some better information on how the bidding or inferences, like did they fidget at the table, because it's probably going to be where my right-hand opponent wins it with the king, the finesse didn't work, and now they go ahead and come back with another one in the suit, and it gets roughed and then roughed again. And so once you've seen enough of these, you know the difference between pros and the rest of us? The pros have made all the mistakes in bridge, but they've learned to stop making them. So they've made these mistakes just like all of us. So these are some tips to be aware of when you have a long side suit and the opponents have led that. Even with maybe a 7-bagger, I'm very cautious. Okay, so more tips to consider. Number 6, make a safe lead from power. Remember, we talked about our ace-king 5 times in spades, that sequence. So that's a nice safe lead. So conversely, sometimes they're not safe leads. When opponents lead trump, that's kind of a safe lead. Why would they lead a trump? Might be to stop roughing, but it might be because they've got a unprotected ace. They don't want to lead the ace and then the opponent's king wins, or other scenarios like that. So when opponents do not lead from a safe sequence, and a safe sequence would be the ace from king, or maybe a connected honor sequence like king, queen, jack, king, queen, 10, those types of things, then you're kind of suspicious that maybe if you're missing the ace and the king, I think one person has the ace and the other person has the king because the opening leader didn't, or else the other person has both the ace and the king, not the leader. Okay, leading low from good honors in a side suit. Yes, so we said if you've got a king-queen sequence, things like that, it could be, as long as it's an honor sequence like jack 10-9 or even a jack 10-8, lead the jack. But if you've got jack 4 times, do not lead the suit unless your partner bid the suit, please. You're only going to give away some tricks to the opponents without them having to look for the finesses. Okay, and number 9 and number 10, lead top of nothing when you don't have a good suit to bid, or you don't, or to show, I should say, or you want to make it safe. So if you lead low and the highest you've got in the suit is 9, and I'm your partner, I'm thinking, well, my partner's got a king or a queen, or an ace if it's versus no trump. So don't do that, or I'm not going to be able to know how to figure what's going on in the hand. Play top of nothing if you don't have any help up through a 10. Now, I know that if they're in one no trump, that 10 might produce a trick. And you say, I don't really want to do it. Michael said, I don't want to play from 10-8 fourth time. Play the 8. That's okay. We'll know that it's a high. Partner will take a look and say, that has to be high, because using the rule of 11, knowing how many honors are left around the table, that we would be able to deduce that. We'll talk about that in another lesson. Okay, number 10, preempts with your 6-card suit. So if it was king, queen, 6th in spades, my righty bid 1 heart, and I'd only have the king, queen 6 times, yeah, I'll preempt and they'll know I have a 6-card suit. Fine. We overcall and only go at the one level that could be 6 if it's rebid, but otherwise we assume it's 5. And same with the opponents when they're bidding. Okay? Be mindful of the cards played and cards that have not been played. Aha! So correct. Yeah, sometimes it's like, why is the declarer not breaking the suit? I see queen 3rd in the dummy. They're wanting us to play the suit first so they can promote that queen. Things like that would cause them to get tricks by our breaking the suit. But if you see like king 4 times on a suit in the dummy, not the trump suit, you think, why aren't they promoting that suit? It's probably because they have a singleton or something like that. Okay? So good things to be remembering around the table in terms of shape. And as we talked about before, we want to deduce the reason the opponents have a certain line of play. The opening lead, certainly if our partner leads, that's a very important card for me, as well as listening to the auction and looking at my hand. And we're going to get into more of that. So listening to the auction, here we go. You are dealt a hand with no high card points. Did you hear me? No high card points. We'll give you a 10. Okay, but no face cards, no ace. And the shape from this has got the equals between them. So it's a 1-4-4-4 shape. And that means 1 spade, 4 in all of the other suits. Okay, so we have a shapely hand. And next up, left-hand opponent opens 1 club. Got it. Okay. I was expecting maybe they were going to open up 1 spade. The rule of anticipation, somebody's got spades, right? But I'm kind of interested with this auction. What's going on with the spade suit? Partner passes and right-hand opponent bids 1 no trump. Whoa, I wasn't expecting that, were you? So, what do you know so far? Anybody? Let's see some comments that might be coming in. Oh, John Shribs, I was able to open both on Facebook and YouTube on my smartphone. Okay, so he's double duty. And by the way, the delays will be different. I think that the delay on YouTube is normally about 8 seconds. Your mileage may vary depending upon your internet connection and other things. I think Facebook is significantly longer. I think the encoders, because I'm transmitting this video and it might take a while. So I'm looking for your comments if anybody has anything on what do we know so far. Okay, I don't see anything yet, so I'm going to go ahead and continue. Well, I think we know that there's something a little fishy going on the spade suit. How come responder didn't bid 1 spades? Even if they have 2, 3, 4, 5, I expect them to respond 1 spade. Okay, someone says 30 points between 3 hands. Left-hand opponent cannot open 2 clubs. Good point. Yes, we know that the responder has shown 6 to 9 points. And so I guess that we have no points. Somebody else may have some points here so far. We know that right-hand opponent tried to sign off. Good. Truly, responder has no 4-card major. You are right on, and that's what I'm thinking about. I was expecting somebody to bid spades. Now, I guess it could be that maybe the opener had 5 spades and 6 or 7 clubs. It could happen, but, I'm not going to figure on those type of rainy days. I don't think the declarer has 5 spades. It could have 4. Here someone is no 4-card major, right? The responder, and I know some of you as responders, you think well, if I've got 4 baby spades, I'm just going to bid 1 no trump. That just feels better. No, you're missing a chance to have 4-4 in the majors. Your partner bid one club. It doesn't mean they can't have a 4-card major. So they can rebid one no trump if they don't like your spades. It might keep the opponents from bidding that or leading that suit. Another comes, I think we did that one already. Partner cannot take out double either. Excellent point. Woo! Extra points for Carl. Let's click on that one, honey. Show that one. Carl, that was very brilliant. And hopefully it'll be popping up here in a second. Carl, we want to talk about that. Excellent observation. Maybe our partners got, normally we make a takeout double with 12 points or more. If you've got shortage in the club suit, you could do it with 11. You've got a void, maybe 10. I don't know, but not with 9. Please don't go that far. So, and I don't see the comment popping up, so I need to go over here and go into the titler screen. And there it is. Well, one of them anyway. Partner probably has clubs from Carl. And John says, expect partner to bid on the next chance. John, another good item. I appreciate that. So, Truly says, partner has 5 spades. Oh, you're so far ahead of me. Look at these people. This is brilliant. John's expect partner to bid on the next chance. And also, partner has a lot of clubs. Good observations. Woohoo! Thank you for those comments. You guys are, go to the head of the class. Nice job. Oh, go ahead. Oh, hold on. I didn't have this turned on. Grace, do it. One more time, I nailed it. A third time. Bro, you nailed it. Okay. That was easy. So, okay, so going back to it, yeah, we know quite a bit about the hand already based upon the bidding. So, about our openers, point ranges, and shape, I think some of you have some points there, and Grace has got another one. Go ahead. Oh, okay. Oh, yes, comments are on the screen. Here we go again. Take that back off for now, but it's okay. It's at the top. It's not getting in the way. So, all right. So, how about the point range of our partners? What do you think? Yeah, I don't think, since the responder said 6 to 9 points and the opener can have at most, well, we don't know what they have yet. They could have 21 points, I guess, but I think our partner, even if it's 20 points to our left and 29, we have 0. Our partner's got 10, 11, even if it's a huge hand to our left, and we haven't seen that bid yet. Yeah, partner could have 15 to 17. And as John pointed out earlier, it may be that partner can't make a takeout double. Maybe they've got shortness, not going to be in spades. I don't guess they have 5 spades, but they could have a 4-4-4-1 shape. Hey, have you heard that before, Grace? Yeah, we have a 4-4-1 shape. Maybe partner has a 4-4-4-1 shape. Maybe it's 4 spades and only 1 heart. Or maybe just 2 hearts. When you make a takeout double, you should have 3 in the unbid suits, right? So something to consider. So those types of things show that you're thinking ahead and you're doing the counts, the inferences, and analysis, and good for you. So we know quite a bit about the hands there, and that is why the responders, one no trump, surprised me. Hopefully you too. I was expecting that if the lefty opened 1 club, they don't have 5 spades, partner is not making a takeout double or doesn't have 5. I didn't think, because they didn't bid the suit. But sometimes there's 2 philosophies on overcalls. One is that if you're defending, you want to have something that's helpful, especially if it's a no trump. So some people feel that you should have primary honors, ace king or ace queen or king jack 10 or whatever, have some juicy rather than just little ones. So that might be where a partner had like jack 5 times in spades and see, I'm not going to overcall with this trashy suit. So something to consider. And that is why our partner may not have bid. So, okay, here we go. Another hand. You are vulnerable in a two-heart contract. And by the way, we're going to look at the cards in a minute. We're just getting warmed up here. Two-heart contract with both opponents passing. Okay. Opponent leads the spade 2. And hopefully most of us know if we lead fourth best, that is a 4-card suit. And we didn't say what suit it is, but let's say it's something other than the heart suit. If you lead fourth best, it's got to be 4 cards, because if they have 5, it has to be something less than the 2, and there's no 1s or 0s in the decks that I play with. So, okay, they have 4. They could be from a 3-card suit. I don't think so. All right. Partner has 7 high card points, and the shape is a 4-3-3. And by the way, has the equal symbol in between them. That means spades, hearts, diamonds, clubs. So partner has 4 spades. So I'm guessing in the auction, if I opened 1 heart and I'm the declarer, my partner would have bid a spade. But maybe they just said, I'm just going to go 2 hearts and sign off. We're not sure. But at any rate, that's what our partner's hand is. And we know that there's a problem. We're not going to get any roughing there, right? You have 12 high card points. Uh-oh. How many points do we have between us? 19? Well, if we want to take more than half the tricks, 7 tricks, we would need to have more than half the points. We're going to take 8 tricks if we're in 2 hearts. Wow, we're going to have some work to do here if we have less than half the points in the deck. Well, fortunately, we have the 5 hearts, the 5-3 fit, don't we? Okay, and our shape is a 3-5-3-2. Okay, so neither you or your partner have any club honors. How many clubs are we going to lose? Well, 2. Don't worry about the dummy. You don't have to rough the dummies clubs. That's not normally the way we do that. 90% of the time, if we're roughing from our declarer hand, which has the longer suit, into the dummy. Okay, so anyway, we got a couple losers in clubs, that's for sure. And what else do we know so far? I'm going to give you all a minute to think about, well, maybe not a minute, but a couple seconds to think about that. So we haven't said where the honors are or things of that nature, but what you're thinking about, what are we going to do with this hand? I mean, other than it's not the most pleasant hand, and the opponents didn't come in. So I think that tells you something right there. I'm giving away secrets. Anything else? Aha, left-hand opponent didn't have ace king, Truly says. Yeah, that's an interesting thought. I think that one might be worth sharing. Thank you for that. Oh, we haven't seen what their lead is yet, but they didn't come in the auction, so they could actually have the ace king in any suit, including our heart suit. We don't know yet, so we didn't say what ours are. But now I'm thinking about something else on what we might be for our plans. We know that one opponent probably doesn't have a lot of cards and a lot of spades because they didn't come in. Oftentimes you're in the pass out seat. You're just like, well, if they're going to stop at 2 hearts, I'm going to bid 2 spades. I'm just going to bid 2 spades. Trudy says, lead the 2 of spades. Yeah, I think that that's probably what they're going to want to lead maybe, but that might help promote our suit. Why? Because we have 7 cards. Remember, our partner has 4. We have 3. And I would say that from a standpoint of the opening leader, you didn't know the dummy had 4 spades. So it might actually seem like a good lead. And when they did lead it, now we know something that I don't think that it has ace fourth, or they shouldn't have underled their ace. They don't have an honor sequence in spades like king, queen fourth, I don't believe. Here, Carl is saying neither opponent could preempt with a 6-card suit. Awesome job, Carl. Yeah, so we... Wow. Yes, baby. So that was a good one, Carl. And I'm going to see some others coming there. Not enough points to overcall with a 5-card suit, Carl says. Yes, they didn't have a 5-card suit to overhaul, says Patricia. Yeah, you got some good comments coming in. So in this case, there's something else too. When they led that spade suit, how many cards do we have in spades? Between the 2 hands? 7? Hmm. And they led the 2? Hmm. Wow. It kind of gets you thinking, doesn't it? Remember we talked about we worry about roughs? Here's one right there. They've led a 7-card side suit. Or one of our 7-card side suits, that is. So that kind of bothers me. So if I've got the ace, I'm going to jump up with it, even if it's of my partner's 7 points. If it's ace, queen, jack in the suit, I'm going to jump up with the ace because I'm worried. Now, if we had an 8-card side suit and they led the 2, I am definitely going to go up with the ace. But I don't think it's a high-low sequence, or they would have led something other than the 2. So it could be a singleton, or if it went like with an 8, then it may be from his 8-2. But you see what I'm saying? We should be listening to the auction, and when we get this nice leads, oh, maybe this can help promote our suit. We have 4 and 3, so if I can get to the dummy, I can promote that 4 spade. Well, when you take a look at the shape and think about what their strategies are, all I'm saying is remember the ecosystem around the table is more than just our hand. So John is saying they are balanced in points in both directions. Hey, another one. Nailed it. Knock, knock. Who's there? You nailed it, John. So good point. If one of them had like 13, 14 points, unless they're just, I don't know, maybe they're our family. Maybe are we playing against our family, and maybe it's my future daughter-in-law, and she doesn't want to make me look bad. She isn't going to bid. But no, opponents, you want to get in the auction, right? It's a bidder's game. So yeah, I think that good point. They're probably balanced with the number of points on both sides. And when you're in the pass out seat, you remember the rule, borrow a king? So if, you'd like to open, but you've only got 10 points, borrow a king from partner. And if you can make that bid, if it's the 2 level, you want to push them to the 3 level. The 3 levels belong to the opponents. Push them to the 2 whenever you can, or 3 whenever you can. So just remember, if your partner is of that persuasion and it's in pass out seat, and you've both been passing, and now your partner goes 2 spades, maybe it only has like ace, jack 4 times in spades, but damn it, they're going to bid. So they bid 2 spades and they don't really have a lot of points, but they know that you do because everybody tried to sign off. And then they go to 3, and then, well, I'm going to take it to 3 spades. No, your partner borrowed a king from you. So don't punish your partner if partner is trying to be a hero, and save the auction, push them to the 3 level so they can go down. Otherwise, no! Oh, that's not so. Yeah, no. So remember that. Okay, now there are a third type of bridge players. Well, some people joke saying that there are only 3 types of players: those who count and those who cannot. And it's a joke, but actually, as I got thinking about this, I thought, when it comes to counting, there are more types of players. And I'll bet you probably are one of these if you don't do all the things we spoke about so far. And if you are, don't fret. So actually, the other types of players are, some people like my mom who taught me, they've been playing a long time, and they just kind of have a feel for everybody's cards. And I've got to say, when I'm tired, sometimes I'm in that same camp, is where I just like, I wasn't counting the suit, but I just can feel it. It hasn't been played. So I kind of think I know what's going on in that suit. And sometimes as you play more, if you play more than once a week, you will get to where you'll have more of this sense. And then those who are blessed with a strong counting, inferences, and analysis. So if you're like one of the people there I'm thinking about, a PhD type, then they have very good analytical skills, and let that be your blessing to use some of those deductions that are going on, even if you don't memorize, which is the next one. If you have a good memory, you don't think, but then you all of a sudden as I think back, they led the spade too. So, and everybody followed the suit, and you kind of can just recreate in your mind, if you have that type of a mind where you're not as good as the analysis in real time, but you can have a photographic memory as far as what happened. Good for you. And another is those of us like what I'm doing today. We're storytellers. I'm telling a lot of stories about things that happen. And if you're thinking, well, kind of what was going on was that the bidding stopped pretty quickly. I guess that means they both had minimum hands. Like John said, I guess my partner and I, we both have some values there. So they probably have 20 some points, but not 25. So, you kind of have a story in your mind. And the lead was this, and then it started going this auction. So you kind of have, like, you could tell a story about, and then, and then, and then. And the protagonist did, and then the antagonist did. So if that's part of what you do, or you incorporate some of these different things, depending upon how sharp you are, how much you can remember, and as you get playing a lot of hands, especially in a tournament, if you spend all of your time doing crunching, at some point, kind of like the internet, it may get overloaded. So things to consider. Okay, well, that's enough of the chalk talk. I am ready to head for the table, and let's see if I can do a little navigating here. And where do I want to go? I want to go into deep finesse, and I think I've got the hand here. And where do I want to put myself? Right about there. And before everybody gets a good look at the cards, there, the cards are hidden. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the table using deep finesse, and I'm going to need the mouse when I get navigating this to make some annotations. But Grace, I'm going to share this with you. Are you okay with this?
I am fine with this.
Okay. Definite yes. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at several hands, and we're already about 12 after, so let's jump right in. So, okay. First off, we're going to have the dealer will be, who should we make it? Maybe south. Yeah, let's make it south. So we're going to show the south hand. And I think all of you should be able to see the south hand now, which is a 7-2-2-2 shape. Hey, if you want to get it by suit, it's a 2-7-2-2. And funny how those side suits split evenly, but we certainly have opening values. I can see ace, king, another ace, ace, jack, 10, 9. I love that. 7 times in hearts, ace, king, tight in clubs, 2 small diamonds, and 2 small spades. In the pointy suits, we have 4 non-points. So, yeah, we have enough to open, and we're going to, my digitized pen is not working right now, but I can do it this way. 1 heart. Okay. Over to the west hand. Okay, to west is your turn at the table, and you've got a 5-4-3-1 shape, or a 5-1-4-3 if you want to take it from spades down through clubs. Let's just go by the high card points. I see ace, king, 5 times in spades, king, queen, 4 times in diamonds, 3 clubs, and a baby in hearts. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 high card points, 1 distribution, and more. Do you see what I see? Yeah, look at these nice cards here in spades and in diamonds. Thank you very much. Whoever put this hand together. Yes, I did. So, yeah, it's worth more than the high card points because you've got a chance to promote these pointed suits, don't you? So, okay, what are you going to bid? Yeah, you're going to bid 1 spade. And we'll put it right about here. Okay, to the north hand. North, it's your turn to make a call. You've heard 1 heart, 1 spade, and you have a 4-4-3-2, 4-4 in the minors with only jacks and out. I'll give you 1 point between the 2 of them, but I doubt both of them are going to take a point unless your partner has bid some of those suits. But our heart suit, we like that a lot. We've got 2 honors. We're very proud of our 3-card heart suit. If I had nothing else, even a 4-3-3, nothing else with 5 points, I'm going to bid 2 hearts. How about you? Does that sound like a good bid? I hope so, because we want to compete. Grace has got a comment coming in. Okay. I'm going to see if I can get this comment to come up here. Thank you, Meg, for the comment, and see if you agree. Why not double with the second hand? Well, that's a good question, and I'm going to see if anybody has an answer. Anybody want to chime in on why we would or would not want to double with this hand? I'm going to go, we're taking a look at all of the hands right now. But why would you not want to double with that hand? The answer is, I hope some of you will maybe have that, is, well, yes, we do have 3 in the unbid suits, but it says we have a 4-card suit. With a 5-card suit, man, we want to show that suit. Maybe our partner can support it. And if you're looking at the hand over on the other side, you can see is that, yes, indeed, our partner is going to like that. If we just made a double, our partner is going to think we have 4 spades. When we have 5, bid the suit. There are some exceptions to the rule. I won't get into those today. But Meg, good question. And here's another one, 5-card major with ace king. Yeah, even if I had 5 cards with less than an ace king, if I had king 5 times, well, would I overcall? If I got 12 points, I'm going to overcall 1 spade with king 5 times, sure. With queen 5 times, I'm still going to do it. If I've got 12 points with jack 5 times, I'm going to overcall 1 spade. At any rate, that's my style. You may have a different one, but I'm looking for a fit with my partner. You want to find a golden fit, and a golden fit is what? A 5 and a 3 or longer. So, okay, let's go ahead and go on. I'm going to get this comment off so we can continue seeing these cards. And so we're off to the hand over here, and that was, oops, don't want to start playing them yet. Let's go ahead and put a bid in there. If I can do it. There it is. 2 hearts. Okay, and so we can take a look at just the west hand. Thank you very much. East hand, excuse me. You heard 1 heart, 1 spade, 2 hearts. And there's your hand. It's a 4-4-3-2, 4-4 in the black suits. Queen, jack 4 times in spades. Queen 4 times in clubs. Ace 3 times in diamonds and 2 hearts. And what do you want to bid? Well, you want to bid something, don't you? It's a competitive auction. It looks like we're thinking ahead, doing the counting of high card points. Looks like everybody's going to want to compete in this auction. So, you want to do 2 spades? 3 spades? 4 spades? 3 hearts? 3 hearts. Yeah, you might want to say, I've got almost 3 tricks here. I've got 1 for the ace of diamonds for sure. I'm really in love with the fact that you've got 5 spades and not 4. If you would have made a takeout double, we would think they just have 4. But now we know when they bid spades, they have a 5 bagger or longer. So, yeah, we've got at least a 9-card fit. And that queen of clubs, well, it could be worth something. We just don't know. We like primary honors, the aces and the kings. So, anyone have any thoughts on what to bid? Somebody says east, 2 spades. Sign off bid. Okay. Truly says 3 hearts. Good for you, Truly. You're kind of, so there's different ideas on this bid. If you bid 3 hearts, I'm going to come back to that later if I have a chance. You may or may not confuse your partner. But 2.5 spades is the bid. And if you take a long time to fidget, well, if you're playing in a ACBL tournament, American Contract Bridge League, they may, director, can you help us, please? Yes. East seemed to take a lot of time before they took a bid. It implies that they have some extra values and they never did a bid. Well, come back at the end of the hand, and if I need to give an adjustment based upon West using that unauthorized information, yada, yada. So Barbara says, 3 heart, limit raise of spades. That is the bid to make today. I agree. So let's see. I need to go over here to this screen and go back there and do a F1. 3 hearts is the preferred bid for the aspiring players. Okay, now we're going to go to the south hand. South. 1 heart, 1 spade, 2 hearts, 2 spades, 3 spades, 3 hearts in this case. Well, okay, let's look at the hand. We've got that 7-2-2-2. We love the fact that our partner supported hearts. So let's take a look at our losing trick count. How many losers do we have in hearts? Maybe one, maybe none. We don't have the benefit of knowing that we can't see the partner's king, queen, third yet. But Carl, by the way, is saying right-hand opponent does not have enough points for 3 hearts. That's a good question. There's no right answer on that, Carl. It's certainly worth close to it. Because you have a 9-card fit, you want to give an extra. So if you had 3 tricks, you would bid 3 hearts. You have 2.5, 2 3/4 tricks. So it's probably okay to invite. We'll look at the hand and see if that was a good bid or not in a little bit. But thanks for your comment. That's a good comment. So anyway, going back to south hand, we have maybe at worst 1 loser. I'm going to show the losers down underneath. But first, I got to get to the south hand. South hand is right here. 1 loser in hearts. In clubs, no losers. In the minors, the pointed suits, 2 losers in each of them. So would you agree that you have about 5 losers? And partner, if they bid, they should have 2 winners, 2 cover cards, aces, kings, something like that. I hope so. So you say, well, 5 take away my partner's 2 gives me 3 losers. I think 3 losers is 10 winners on 13. So you might say 4 hearts. And maybe you'll make it. Maybe you won't. The defenders don't always do well. So anyway, let's go ahead and play 4 hearts. I know that I should come back to the west hand. And west, you're probably wondering, should I be bidding 4 spades based upon a limit raise, a limit plus raise by my partner? But we're just going to go ahead and just head for the table and just see how we do on this hand. So the lead is by us over in the west hand. And I think there's no doubt about what that lead's going to be. It's going to be the ace from ace king. And then we're going to take a peek at that good old dummy, aren't we? So, okay, the ace is led. And we're going to go ahead and show the dummy. So I need to show the west and the north hand. Northwest. There we have it. Okay, and dummy had a doubleton. It was a, what's the shape? 4-4-3-2, 4-4 in the minors. And everybody can see that king, queen, third of hearts. The south suit. Okay, and what are your plans going to be here? Your partner played what? A 5. I don't know if that's all that helpful, is it? What do you think about the 5 there? Let's look at East hand. Let's look at all the hands. Something's weird here. Well, they played the 5, but could they have played something a little bit more encouraging other than the lowest value? Are we supposed to switch, or what do they want us in West to do? They could have played the 6. Hopefully, we would have had a higher card. You could have actually played the jack, right? Our partner has 5. We see 2 in the dummy. There's 9. Even if it's 3 in the south hand. We know it's ace king if they're leading the ace. So I hope that makes sense in terms of what we're seeing here. But we'll go ahead and start just looking at all 4 hands and seeing how this is going to turn out. So, okay. So, John says a 5 shows a count or even number question mark. Well, that's a good question, John. On opening lead, we want to show attitude in most cases, but there is these scenarios, especially when we're playing against no trump, where sometimes we want to show count. Now, this is a little bit advanced lesson. If the dummy had queen 3 times and we don't know whether we should play the king next, that would be an instance with advanced players where you'd want to show count. We normally do count signals with the ace on a no trump contract. If you like to do king sometimes for count and ace for attitude, there's different ways, but I'm going to continue on with this right now. And oh, truly, you are so good. Queen would show the jack. Grace, give it a positive. You did nail it, Trudy. So if you're advanced players, you know, like Eddie Cantor and people like that that do the master on the lessons, when you play the queen, it absolutely guarantees the jack when your partner plays the ace from ace king. Why? Because maybe you want partner to next is to come with a low to your jack, and then you can do a finesse through the declarer. But that's way advanced for most of us here. Barbara says, I thought you played the queen if you have the queen jack on the ace. Yes, if you want the partner then to underlead their king and have them come through to you. So that is also true. So some of you are obviously quite advanced, and the rest of you can appreciate that how some of the better players, how the signaling of the cards gives a lot of information on counts and other play strategies. But okay, let's go ahead and continue on with his hand. So the ace, so we play the king. We're a little confused. We're going to talk to partner after, hopefully not the hand, maybe when we take a break, and say, partner, why did you just play the 5? Are we playing upside down count and attitude? What was going on there? At any rate, so ace king, and now we're kind of clueless over here in the West is what to do next. Man, this is tough. We could play a trump, I suppose. Oh, we got to see the north hand also, don't we? So we could play the trump, play a club. That could be a real problem. We don't want to, we see that jack in the dummy there. We could play our king of diamonds. And so what are we going to do? We're going to go to counting. Our partner showed how many points? Well, if they bid 3 hearts, they showed, I think, a good 9 to 11. If they just bid 2 spades, it's 6 to 9 is what I'm thinking it is. So, I think that what I'm going to do is, where is my partner's 7 to 8 points or so? Could be they've got a primary honor in clubs. If they've got the king or the queen, boy, they're just going to get finessed because I can't do anything there. And they can get to the dummy with that king, queen of hearts. So, yeah, I'm going to split my king, queen, diamond honors right now. And so, okay, we're going to take the trick. Grace has got another note. King of diamonds forces out the ace. That is true. Way to go, Larry. So, okay, we're going to pound down the king of diamonds, breathe. Yes, it holds. And our partner, hey, that's a little bit more encouraging, the 6. I think that I didn't have any low, and I'm looking at the dummy. There's a 2 there, 2, 3, 4. South played the 7. Who's got the 5? Hey, I think my partner's got the 5, and now they're finally giving me a signal. Thank you, partner. Thank you. So, at any rate, I'm going to play it again, but what if my partner was discouraging? Should I play the queen? Well, if I play the queen and they rough it and they get to the dummy and then they promote the jack, this is not going to be pretty. Well, this person plays the queen, saying my partner should have. No, you should have played a low there, just in case it was actually roughed, and then that would set up. But it turned out fine, so you play the 10, and what happened? Contract 4 hearts, and they have in the east-west 4 tricks, so you're going to be down 1. Okay, well, I hope that gives you a feel. I'm going to go through this fairly quickly because I can see we're already getting short on time. Are all of you or most of you okay with going a little bit more? Because I did have a couple others that I did want to show. So if you need to leave, fine. If you want me to do some wrap-up things now, fine. But I can go ahead and proceed on. I have some other examples of this hand. And let's go ahead and enter a new deal. Come on. Enter a new deal. I guess it's not going to let me do that now. I'm just going to quit it and start it over again. Okay. Masked or none.
Carl says, yes, please continue.
Okay. Thank you for that, Grace. Thank you, Carl. Okay. So there we go. And load a new deal. 1B. And here's what's going to happen this time. Should we play in 4 spades down in the south? That's what we're going to do. So in this case, we're not going to have South open. The cards are dealt to West, who bids one spade. We've got an opening hand, same hand. North is going to be, and I'm going to go ahead and show all the cards there, a pass. Our partner has 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 points. Some of you are going to bid 2 spades. Some of you are going to bid 3 clubs. 3 clubs. What's going on there? 3 clubs says I have 4 trump and I have 6-9. This is the Marty Bergen raise, but we may not be playing that. So let's just say we're going to go 2 spades. No fancy bids here. So it's 1 spade, 2 spades, South. You want to come in, don't you? You want to bid 3 hearts. And normally in direct seat, unless we have extras, we pass. If our partner was showing support of our suit, how many losers did we have at that point in time? We've got 1 loser in spades, 1 loser in hearts, 3 losers in clubs. Remember, we count the first 3, and none of those are primary honors, and maybe 1 loser in diamonds. So we have 3 and 3 is 6. If our partner, who we think only has 2 tricks, if they could make a 3rd trick, if we could like bid 3 diamonds, well, we can't. South bid 3 hearts. So forget that. So we're going to have to just take a flyer, which means, do we want to go or not? What the heck? We either do 4 spades, or if we pass, our partner's going to bid 3 spades, and then you'll have to make that choice. But there's one other bid. How many of you know maximal doubles? Maximal doubles, we're not trying to penalize South. It says our suit rank is higher than the opponent. And if you have some extras, partner, go 4 spades. If you don't have extras, just retrench to 3 spades. That's kind of a cool bid, isn't maximal doubles? But okay, we're just going to go 4 spades, brute force, and on with the show. So the opening lead is going to be by the north hand. You've heard your partner bid hearts. You didn't go to 4 hearts. And so what are you going to lead? I think probably the king of hearts, right? I think king from 3 times is a bad, because you might just knock out the opponent's ace and they got your king. So a king, you have to have a king queen to make this kind of a lead. And if you lead the king, we can see they're going to win 1 heart. They're going to continue hearts. We're going to rough it. And we're going to get how many tricks? We've got 5 tricks in spades. And maybe another 4 in diamonds, maybe not. But when South bid overcalled 3 hearts, do you think the diamonds are going to split 3-3? Remember, we've got 4-3. They've got 6. I think they're going to be 4-2 or longer, because this person South is going to have quite a few hearts, not just a 5 bagger, not 5, 6 or more. They had 7. So I think that probably the north hand is going to be the one that's going to have Jack 4. It could be it's a Jack singleton or doubleton in South. It could happen, but that's kind of the way I would think. So it turns out you can make the contract, because what can happen is, well, I don't want that club lead. That's a special lead. Is that if it turns out you can play trump and have an entry over to this hand over in East, you can then pitch on this queen, because South was not really blessed so much unless they win the contract, because once they play the ace and king, our queen has been promoted in the other hand. But if you're playing fancy bridge and it goes 1 spade, pass, 3 clubs, and South says, like heck, I'm going to double 3 clubs because I want that for a lead suit, and doubles 3 clubs, and then you go to 4 spades, and then they say, well, my partner wanted that lead. I don't know why, but gets the king, and then plays the ace, and then why not Bergen? I'm showing right now. I'm not saying it's not good, but I'm saying there can sometimes be a consequence of Bergen, Carl. Or sorry, Jim. So, okay, so how do we get to partner's hand? Well, how many hearts do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If our partner did support the suit, they've got 3, 8, 9, 10. I see 2 in dummy. That means lefty's got 1 or 0, right? How about that? So the only way you can get to the hand to get a rough, if they're, an imps game or rubber bridge, you're playing in the Bermuda Bowl, you've really thought about this. I want that rough so bad I can taste it. Hopefully the opponents don't have a singleton king of diamonds or hearts. I'm going to underlead my ace of hearts, even though I know that lefty has only 1 in the suit. And if you were to come back with a heart, go to partner's queen, and partner's like, what the heck? I don't have the ace. How did that happen? My partner underled the ace? Because the dummy is over here on the east hand. And you can see that at this point, if you play a third club, you are going to give your partner a rough. Now, was that kind of way over the head? Probably for a lot of us, but let's just go back a little bit. So when the opening lead was made, and we see the dummy with 4, and in the north hand's perspective has 4, well, what do you think? There's 8 of them, right? Maybe we can give partner a rough. So here again, it's just saying is that I realize that most of the time we miss these things, but as you develop your skills more, you're going to be much better at being able to do some projections on some what ifs. Will they always win? No, they won't always win. Sometimes if it's like a 60-40, go by the 60% and just play it safe. I'm not suggesting we always make, I think what one of my bridge friends said, a New York Times hand. It makes the New York Times because it's so spectacular. Most hands aren't. This one's just got a couple clever twists on it there. And so, Jim, I wanted to get back to you on why not Bergen raises. I would actually make a Bergen raise with this hand. It has 2.5 tricks. I've got for sure a trick in the spade. I may have 2 tricks. I've got 1 there. So I think it's good 3 club bid if you're playing Bergen raise because you have 6 to 9 and you have 4 spades. So I agree with you. Okay, we're going to go off to hand number 2 and see how we can do on that one. So load deal from file number 2. Okay, are you ready? And this time the contract is going to be 3 no trump in the south, but we're going to have to get there first of all. So let's have south go ahead and be the dealer. And we've got how many points? 10 and another 7. 17 points. What could be better than that? You're going to open 1 no trump? Everybody okay with 1 no trump? Four, 4, 3, 2 shape. Look forward to your comments. I know you're probably wanting to see the rest of the hands. I'd be tempted to give, oh, okay, we're not going to go back to the last hand. Sorry, Barbara, we'll come back to that later if we get a chance. I'm getting yes, 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 3 yeses over on the YouTubers. Thank you. Anything from the Facebook folks? Oh, to make it so it's just a little bit tougher, I'm going to go ahead and just show just the south hand. It looks like everyone's okay. I'm seeing some more yeses. So, okay, we're going to go with that. So it's 1 no trump over in the west hand. A pass. Don't you hate these kind of hands? What, a singleton jack? And a 4, 4, 4, 1. Okay, we'll come back to that. Over to the north hand. Aha! 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 points. Not enough for game, but we're so close. If our partner has extra values, we should be in game. So we're going to make a 2 club Stamen bid to say we have a 4 card major. Okay, over to the east hand. Oh boy. 6322, six hearts, king, queen, 10, six times, ace, jack, tight. Do you count ace, jack, tight as 5 points? I don't. You know, if your partner bid the suit, yeah, but otherwise you can't finesse it really. 11 points. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I count that wrong? I probably did. I was going fast. Oh, I forgot the queen. I should have a bigger magnification on the diamonds, or I guess, because yeah, it's got 11 points. So you will be in game. Thank you for catching that. I got too busy mesmerized on the major suit. So yeah, we're sorry. Okay, so over back to the east hand. It's you would like to come in after two clubs. You might bid two hearts. I think I would bid two hearts. Adverse vulnerability, I'm not so sure I would if we were vulnerable versus not, because while we could have 4 tricks, maybe 5 tricks, going down 3 doubled and vulnerable 800 points, that doesn't feel quite so good. But I realize sometimes, well, it's a good lead direction. But let's say it's a pass. This person just a reticent bidder. Okay, to the south hand. Well, south, you are going to say 2 hearts. Looking for that 4-4 fit in the majors, the golden fit. Over to west, we know that's a pass again, and back to north hand. Well, sure, rule of anticipation said my partner was going to have the hearts and not the spades. So we're going to go 3 no trump, and 3 no trump will be the auction. So all that said is it whiz. Let's go ahead and be to west. In west, you didn't hear anything from your partner. It went 1 no trump, 2 clubs, 2 hearts, 3 no trump, and that's all you know. So you actually know a lot about this, and I love hands like this because, somebody said Larry was saying that 2 spades in north. No, that would be a special bid, and just to kind of take a look at North's hand again. We know, I'm seeing from the standpoint, I think you mean of the opener. Yeah, they know that there's 4 spades in south because they bid Stamen and they didn't have hearts. Ergo, it means is that they did have 4 spades. So thank you for that. So another comment is up the ladder. You bid up the ladder. But yeah, once you bid a Stamen, they bid 2 hearts, you assume they don't have 4 spades. You go to 3 no trump. And if south did have 4 spades, they would then correct 3 no trump to say, oh, then if it wasn't hearts, but you bid Stamen, you wouldn't bid it unless you have a major, and ergo, you must have 4 spades. So we don't need to bid the spades up the line. And John is saying north does not have 4 hearts, so partner has 5. And I will say yes or more. And that's the point I'm trying to make. We know that there's 4 in the south hand. We know we have 1. We know north doesn't have 4. So we know that east, our partner, has a bunch. But there's something even more important than that. What I love about this hand. What's more important, knowing that partner has 5 or more spades? Remember we're talking about counting honors as well as suit length? What do you think? How many points does our partner have? Well, they stopped at 3 no trump, didn't they? So I'm thinking they have less than 31 points. So I think our partner has got some points, has some entries. So I'm happy when I've got hardly any points, is to get my point out of the way. I don't think I'm giving away a lot. So let's go ahead and show the 4 hands. Yes, our partner had a lot of points, and they lead the heart. And it goes around to the queen. They overtake. Yeah, why not? So, okay. And we didn't play the ace from the dummy. The declarer didn't, because the rule of 7 says hold back the number of cards you have. Well, we have 6 between the 2 hands, the ace, the 2 in the north, and the 4 in the south. So we're going to hold back 1 time to disrupt communications, if that even helps. So they come back with a low heart to the ace. I think I would have played a little higher heart if we thought we wanted to have partner come back to us to show a suit preference, a high ranking card, ask for a high ranking suit. But we know that our partner can't have any points because we know we've got him. And looking at the dummy, which we saw was 11, we know South has on average 16. Our partner has no points. So thank you for getting your jack out of the way. I'm on my own over in the east hand. So, okay, they come back with a diamond. They're procrastinating. It wins. Play the ace. We're going to hope that it's a 4-3-3. And Grace has got a comment coming in. Patricia is saying, got to go now. Yes. Jerry Fox created, says John, a logical player. Yes, John gets credit for the rule of 7. As you take a look at BridgeHands, if you go search for rule of 7, and you'll see that Jerry Fox, a great bridge agent for cruise directors, is the one who came up with that concept. What else?
John.
Oh, okay.
He said the same thing.
Yeah, it's just commenting. It's just comment. So, okay. So anyway, going back to the hand of the table, we can say that, yes, we're going to go ahead and start procrastinating, playing our clubs, our hearts, our clubs, another club. And I guess the game is over, isn't it? We'll hope that the ace of spades was held by Wes and they can no longer get to the other hand and life will be good. No, the rule of 7 didn't work. Jerry Fox, come on. So yeah, if it turns out that the player who has the long suit can promote it because they also had an outside entry, you are golden over in the east hand. So the point of this hand was to say, when you're in the west hand, you say, this hand sucks. I'm sorry, this hand is not very good. I don't know what to do. I think I'm just going to go ahead and take a nap. I'm going to take a nap, take a nap, take a nap, take a nap, take a nap. Echo, 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 echo. So, no, you should be thinking about who's got the points. In this case, I'm happy that knowing my partner has points. Carl says, run clubs, watch the discards. Well, yeah, it's a 4-3 there. So, yeah, we do want to watch the discards. Carl, you're absolutely right. You want to get more that counts, inferences, and analysis. And so that might provide some extra information. But hands like this, I mostly want to talk about from the West's perspective, is that don't just go ahead and say, I'm not paying attention to the auction. This is the essence of where bridge is won and lost, is to have that kind of crunching going on there, to kind of know what the possibilities are, to get some extra tricks, and to see if you can help your partner, because this is a partnership game, right? Right. Well, okay, I can see we've gone to an hour and 48 minutes now. A little bit late start. Sorry about that. We're going to get better as I go along. I hope you are enjoying the show so far. And so I think we're going to go ahead and wrap for this one. I'm not sure if we're going to do another one this week or another week, but I look forward to your feedback on the lesson format, on I'll do something a little bit more formal as far as when, but just your thoughts if this works out okay for some of you who are not playing bridge, for those that are with the coronavirus are not allowed to go, or maybe you play online. I'm not sure, but I'm kind of thinking about weekdays, weekends, evenings, and maybe have more than one a week even, actually. So we'll see how that works depending upon how much interest is there. But I can see for the first time out, we've got a lot of people in the chats there. Some of you I know, like myself, I don't always chat that often, but thank you when I ask questions for coming out. So I'm going to go back out here to a wrap-up screen. Thanks from Larry in the big wind. Great time. Grace and I, by the way, we had to come on over in the screen here. Thank you for what you've done, Grace. Good job. Good job, Grace. And let's go ahead and go to our outro screen. There we are in Northern California, overlooking the Golden Gate Bridge or something like that.
Golden Gate Bridge.
So how'd it go for you, honey? Oh, you don't want to say it's too easy. I was going to give you something. You're on hourly salary there.
Well, actually, he hasn't found that out yet. There is a tip jar. That money's fine.
Good for you, honey. No, great job on it. And, like I say, this is first time out on this. I've done a lot of practice drills. I can tell you if you saw the other video that we did on all the stuff that's going here. I got a laptop here. I've got 3 screens. And this morning, one of them didn't want to come on. I had to work on that. One of them there with the chats. I think that worked out pretty good for you to see all the chats.
Yeah, I loved it.
Okay. And here's somebody. Thank you.
Yes.
Shirkant Sati.
He says
yes. Have frequent lessons. Thank you. Okay. And my first time with BridgeHands. Loved it. Thank you, Meg. I
Welcome,
appreciate
Meg.
that. Have any others there?
I think that about wraps it up, honey.
Okay, so thank you for being on this show. Just a little, what happens next is this will be posted on the BridgeHands site. I'm going to leave it up on Facebook, and I'm going to leave it up on YouTube so you can see replays and use the scrub bar to go to different parts. You're saying, I really kind of want to see some of the PowerPoint slides, or really want to see some of the play of the hand and some of how Michael was thinking, and how we can use counting of suit length and of high card points to be a Grace Yora winner. Winner, chicken dinner.
Again with the chicken.
Okay, so I think we're going to go ahead and sign off for now. Thanks again for being here. I'll let you know the schedule. If you haven't already, by the way, be sure to go to bridgehands.com and sign up for a free membership, if nothing else. If you have the Ultra or the Premium, you'll be able to see some extras that are going to be here. I won't always have all of the hands that I will show everybody. For those subscribers, we'll get some extra hands. And like I said, I've got 12 here. We've just shown the first 2. Some of them you're going to see in future lessons where everybody can see, and some of it we'll go ahead and show for those who are the paying members. Also, if you haven't already, when you go sign on to BridgeHands, there's a spot there where you can go in and sign up for the email list, and I will be sending out the links and other information as lessons do become available. So I think that is all for now. Thank you all for being here, and I hope you have a great day playing bridge. And as Grace and I like to say, hi, I'm Michael.
And I'm Grace.
And welcome to BridgeHands, and have a good day playing bridge. Thanks all.
Happy
Bye
trails.
for now. Happy trails.